Hello, I set my timer to be in. Okay, so hello everyone. I wanted to start with this picture. When you are in silence, many things happen. But I will talk about this later. I deal with visual music, basically. I played on classical piano when I was a child. It was close to 14 years. And I realized when, during, for example, when I played Debussy, for example, Moonshine, something didn't happen. And I began to visualize the sparkling water and the moonshine on the water. And something happened, some kind of connection, and I could do something in music which I couldn't before. And when I began to grow up, around I was 20, I went to a techno party and I realized that, techno is like Rachmaninoff, I love it. So I began to, it's mathematics, and I began to VJing at techno parties. And after I began to research, and I totally went deep into the theory and the practice, how synesthetic works and how we combine in our mind or brain, the audio and the visual, how we react. It can be a collective image or not, and so on. But I would like to start it with one image. When I was VJing, and it was maybe 2 years, and many people come to me that, how start VJing? And I made a t-shirt, close your eyes and you can be a VJ. And I think during techno parties, I think many of you already went to techno parties or a concert or something. Even if you see visuals, for example, me, many times I close my eyes and dancing with closed eyes. And all of us has imaginations and dreams and hallucinations, maybe. And maybe they are connected, maybe not. I don't know. I wrote this method, I think. And during those dancing, visual, audio, I don't know what happened, I began to think that, wow, it's fantastic, we are individually feel something, but we are in a community. And I imagined a place which was first an egg, a techno stupa, where you can sit in, and there are visual and sound and so on, and your biofeedback signals drives this, your inner space. And this is so fantastic was for me, because I heard when the first X-ray, when people saw the first X-ray, they saw that this is their death, because this is a technical picture, but before X-ray, the bones was, or skeleton, was the same as the death. This is so fantastic. When we first meet our biosignals, it's a kind of flash, it's a kind of nice mirror. So this was my imagination, and I talked with many people, friends, artists, programmers, and so on, and we did a group, and I realized that many of us think the same, that this individual is something which reacts to our biofeedback signals. And we did an installation in Burning Man together with 15 of us, or I don't know at the end. It was a huge group. And we wanted to do this philosophy that we are individual, but we are together, and that's why we choose the garlic form. And we built a big garlic with six parts, and you could sit in, and finally we couldn't build in an EEG sensor because it was so difficult, so we used ECG sensors, and it went wrong after the third day, so Burning Man is a different thing. But this was our imagination to build something which is totally use the participants' biofeedback signal, and the projection and the sound reacts to it. Okay, it was an experience after, it's rather an onion, not a garlic, but it was okay. I show you a video. The sound is not important, maybe. So this was the plan. And it's a long video. Preparing and so on, the building, and it was a long time ago. But it was from outside, and when you step in, people could relax, and their heartbeat driven the audiovisual thing. After when we arrived back from Burning Man, I began my doctoral studies, and I met again with Reka, and we decided to do a research in biofeedback things, and we did a studio of two of us called Sensor Breakers, and we began to experience with brain sensor. First was MindFlex with Arduino hack, and then I realized that this is what I would like to do, research this, and I began to research in optical illusion, from the optical illusion part, and I began to research it from movement part, and I began to go a bit deeper into it. My first thought was that I read a really good research. It said that your alpha wave activity strength became to be more strength when you see a 3D picture rather than a 2D or a 2.5D picture. And I decided, okay, I buy a really good brain sensor and I build a 3D installation, but I wanted to do a super 3D installation. So I wanted to put in a 3D object, anaglyph object. So I wanted to maximize the 3D, what I could do. And I bought this sensor. And this sensor is an emotive epoch, and it has a 14 channel. And it was super easy that I did 14 triangles, 40 channel. So and I started to experience with concave and convex things, and I wanted to twirl this feeling and this experience, what happens in our brain in the alpha activity when we see a 3D picture. And I wanted to make hallucinations. I don't know if I reached it or not, because I began to experience, I wrote a node-based application for it, and it was many years to do and many experimentation. But I realized with this sensor that it works real time, it's a feedback, and I really wanted to measure really good alpha activity. But after a while, I realized that I don't really know what happens through that sensor. So I see the result, I see the frequencies. I can put in the frequencies in any kind of software I use. But it was for me a black box, because I couldn't understand those frequencies, because it was real time. It was just, for example, a low-pass filter or something. But I was skeptic. Okay, so if it's really happening or not, what I would like to measure. And I bring this object for example, researchers' night and so on. I bring this object for a psychedelic festival also, and I put everyone's head this sensor to measure. But after a while, I realized that it cannot happen. That I put this installation as a brain activity installation, which reacts to your real brain concentration activity, because I'm not sure about this. And after I begin just to use the experimentation from it, and I continue the concave, convex, and so on things in my installations. And my interest began to focus on dream machine, the movement of the dream machine. The dream machine was invented by Brian Gysin in the 60s. He was a really good friend with William Burroughs, and they had many trips, not just from dream machine, from everything, but they wanted to invent things that a kind of they call drug-free trip. So they begin to count and think of it, and Brian Gysin, after the end, built this dream machine. This is so simple. The pattern is online, so you can do it for yourself. For example, I made one for my husband at last Christmas, so we use it at home. It stimulates your brain to go to alpha. This is the theory. Because if you put this on a turntable and you begin to add a play, or how to say, and you put a lamp or a kind of light inside, and you see it closed eyes, you got 12 flash light per second, and this is the top of the alpha wave. Yes. So this is at 12 hertz, we begin to go to alpha. And the first time you calm down from this object, but after a while you begin to hallucinate. And many people hallucinate the same. So this is so interesting. I begin to work with this kind of movement. And I built an installation together with Eva Köves. She's a painter. We named it Solar Vibrations. And there is about 5, 6, 7,000 points, vibrating points inside. And they are vibrating randomly, but if you go close to the installation, the points are really quick, so you feel not so calm. But if you go for a distance, for example, 5 meter or 7 meter, you begin to feel a kind of calm down. So I begin to experience it that even if it's really quick and flashing as stroboscopic, flickering, if you go close, if you have a distance from the object, your concentration shifting and something different happens. But I haven't measured it with my image here. I teach at the Hungarian Academy of Fine Art, and last year we built together a dream machine also with my students, and every week I said to them that let's go to dream machine and get hallucinations, and after they drew these hallucinations and we did drawings from it. So I felt that this has really opened their mind, this experiment, and this year with Gábor Kitzinger and Viola Lukács, together with the Lighthouse, we did a 12 Hertz exhibition, which was totally about a reflection to each other, how we hallucinate, how we find our artistic creativity. So this project is going on. And we just begin to talk together with Balázs that we begin to research the scientific parts of Dream Machine with him together. And this is like this. This is my student with my brain sensor, and we measured it if it's happening or not, the meditation. And during I did many other installations and research and so on, but I have one research which going from 2017. I call it the tools of experience. I wanted to really use a totally minimalistic shape and just use rhythm and repetitive visual rhythms, and I begin to write visual music from those shapes which don't have sound, just rhythm. And my question is that if we have write back visual music to our brain and got the frequency which is similar to audio, the nature of the audio. But I don't know as the answer. Maybe we will research it for years and at the end we will say no. I don't know. But we begin to experience with those forms, with Balázs, and we created some animations, and we recreated those animations. So you will see during the masterclass what we did, and you will got repetitive visual stimuli and many other things. So I'm really excited to work with you, and thanks for your attention.